Right, final video today showing how to use it. Maybe I can actually make one. I'll just be the next one and done that just launched. Just gonna do it live. We'll kind of see how it goes. I don't even think this one is really reachable for me with my clubs in two, but we will see. So again, here, this is like one of the rare exceptions. I am gonna try to knock this down kind of as far as possible. There's a chance I'll be in between my wood and my long iron. I'm trying to get up to long iron range though. Typically, I'd probably leave this back a little bit to ensure I'm in my wood range. But for the sake of the video, I'd like to be in long iron range since that will be the most typical. So from here, if you get too far left on this fairway, the trees can come into play and you want to avoid curling around trees. Hopefully I didn't. Yeah, we're good there. So we are 185 out, which is the very high end of my long iron, which is great. It's about where I wanted to be. I have a little bit of tailwind, but it's mostly just going to the left. So I'd expect this to be somewhere in like the ballpark of like a four rollout. So a four rollout, if I have a three shot view, is going to be like right on the edge of my green. And I don't want that. So I really want it to be here. So I'm going to aim for like this, what is that, 3.2 rollout ish, right? I'm at max range, which is 184.8, and my wind is 4. I kind of use the shape of the arrow, so that top edge of the arrow is going a little bit down to the left. So when I go here, it's going a little bit down to the left. I'm going to call it there. It was a 4 wind and max range of 185. I don't know what the elevation is. I haven't checked yet. So when we look, I consider that 0.5% uphill, which is actually what I had in it already. Right. If you remember, I said I wanted the shot view to be a 3.2, which is going to be or a rollout of 3.2, which is going to be a shot view of about 2.5. Typically, you do get that like ghost shot view that you don't see all of. So I'll probably aim for my shot view to be about like 2.4-ish, a little bit before 2.5. Um, but that's about what it will be. So that 2.5 shot view. So now that I'm there, I line up from the back just to try to straighten out my bounce and get my shot positioned. So I try to position it so it goes straight through my icon and the flag stick. So we're going to call right there good. I line that up so it lands in line with the flag stick. I put a whole bunch of backspin on so it ends kind of near the hole. Typically, I go a little bit past the hole because I want to see it from this view. And then I put on side spin to straighten it out. So we will call that pretty good. I know typically you can also go in front of it. So this is probably a more precise way of doing it, but I just don't want to do this most of the time. So it's probably the better way of doing it. I just find it takes too long and I want to play the game. So I normally won't go crazy with adjustments unless it's like a 4-round tournament. But it's gonna look something like this. You can kind of see at the end it's rolling to the right. So I do try to account for that. A 4 wind is going to have a bit of like side trajectory change. So I'm going to assume that's going to be about somewhere around like a cup out. So here, the end of my path is here, which is like half a cup out, maybe a little bit more, maybe 0.75. I'm going to call that good. And then here, I wanted 2.5 shot view. So that's going to be right here, center of this green ring is where I want my shot view to end, which is going to be about here. Right, so I just keep cranking this back until that ends center of the shot view-ish. I'll call that good. I normally use a 3 shot view. I feel pretty comfortable with the 3 in terms of getting the rollout distance correctly. Now I'm at 185, which is a 3.64 pull. Right, so it's 2, 3. Here is 3.5, maybe 3.64. Looks perfect. So then I just drag this down. And again, you want to stop before the edge. There's a lot of resources out there about like why you do that, but effectively like the light green circles are bigger than the dark green circles. So you kind of end in the middle of it, or maybe a little bit before here, but I'm going to call that 3.64. From here, you just try to not suck and hit a perfect. Good. I hit a lot of great shots. Uh, from here, it is. Oh, no. No, it feels bad. But like I said, I'm more used to the rollout on a three. I guess I just pulled it back a little bit too far. But I normally line up with the three shot view. And I'm pretty comfortable with the Ghost Tracer. Anytime I go below that, stuff like this becomes a bit more common. But there you have it, a 17